In this segment, we are going to talk about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Earlier, we have talked about autotrophic mode of nutrition, in which plants are making their own food. Whereas in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, the organisms are depending upon the other organisms to suffice their food need, is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Hetero means other, and tropic means the nutrition, the mode of nutrition by which they are suffice their food need. Now there are four types of heterotrophs. First one are parasites. Parasites means they are depending upon host, they are harmful for the host, and they are surviving upon the host. They are termed as parasite. Then second are insectivorous plants. Plants which are eating insects, they are termed as insectivorous plants. Third are saprophytes, the organisms which are depending upon the dead and decaying of organic matter. Once the animal will die or the leaves will get dry and fall onto the earth, the bacteria and the organisms which are depending upon this dead and decaying material, they are known as saprophytes. And the fourth category of organisms, they are known as symbionts. Symbionts means two organisms are living with each other, and in turn this relationship will be beneficial for both of them and they will survive together. In turn, they are sharing some of their need and they will survive together. They are known as symbionts. So now let us talk about each in detail. So let us learn first one, that is parasitic mode of nutrition. Here as you can see, this is an amarbeil, this is a cascata. So this cascata is on the stem of the host. This is a host. And from the host body, it is taking all the nutrition, all the food product for its own purpose. Here also you can see on the tree, this yellow color is the amarbeil and it is cascata. So it is all over on the tree and it is using the ready-made food from the tree itself. It is not making their own food because as we can see, it doesn't have any green color pigment, it does not have chlorophyll. See, so it cannot make its own food, it cannot do photosynthesis. So it is taking ready-made food from the host. So that's why it is harming the host, and that's why it is known as parasite. And this mode of nutrition is known as parasitic mode of nutrition. Now the second is insectivorous plants. Here we are taking example of pitcher plant. Now pitcher plant is following two types of mode of nutrition, that is they have chlorophyll pigment also. So they will do photosynthesis also. Plus they will trap some insects inside their plant and they will absorb the nutrition from insect body. So that's why pitcher plants are also termed as partially heterotrophs, because they are performing photosynthesis, but the remaining nutrients they are taking from the insect body. Now how they are trapping the insect inside, that they have this jug-like structure. Pitcher means jug, a large jug, and they have the lead over here. Once the insect will get attracted by their bright colors, they will slip inside. As this is inside structure of pitcher plant, as you can see, the inverted thrones are there, so insect will get slipped inside. Once they will get inside, they will not come out because inside surface is very slimy, it is very sticky, so they cannot come out, and they will get dissolved into the digestive juice which are present at the end of this large jug structure. So they will absorb all this nutrition from the insect body. So that's why insectivorous plants are partially heterotrophs, that they will suffice their need from both the process. First, that is photosynthesis, they'll make their own food, and the remaining nutrition need, they will take it from the insect's body. Then comes the saprotropic mode of nutrition. To understand this, we have one bread, we are moistening it. That means we are adding some few drops of water onto that, and then we are leaving it into a warm place. So after 2-3 days we can see some of the gray color, green color patches on the braid, and after some days we can see that braid is fully covered with this fungi. So this fungi and this fluffy patches what we can see on the braid is they are saprophytes because they are depending upon dead and decaying organic matter. Next is symbionts. That means the organism which are following the symbiotic relationship. They are known as symbionts, in which some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. As you can see here, this fungi is there. This white color patches is a fungi and it is in the roots of the plant. So fungi and roots of the plant, they are sharing the symbiotic relationship. That plant provides nutrients to fungus, and in turn the fungus provide water and certain nutrients to plant. So they both are giving each other something and they will survive together. It is beneficial for both of this organism. So it is known as symbiotic relationship. Now other example is lichens. In lichens, there will be two organisms. One is fungus and other one is alga. So alga is giving the chlorophyll containing partner. Here as we can see, this is alga. Alga is providing food to the fungus because it has a chlorophyll. It can perform photosynthesis. So it can give food to the fungus, whereas the fungus will provide shelter, water and mineral to the alga. So here this is a fungus and this is a alga. So in turn, both are giving something to each other and they both will survive. Another symbiotic relationship is the legume plants are with the rhizobium bacteria. As we know that plant cannot take atmospheric nitrogen. They need nitrogen from the soil into the soluble form. So bacteria called rhizobium, they will take the atmospheric nitrogen and they are converting it into a soluble form, a usable form. So plant will give food and shelter to bacteria, whereas rhizobium bacteria will give soluble nitrogen to plant. And this association has a great significance for the farmer because they can reduce the new use of nitrogenous fertilizer. They can grow these legume plants which will increase the level of nitrogen into the soil, and again the soil will become rich with nitrogen without use of artificial and chemical fertilizer. So this is a natural mode by which the nature is replenishing all the nutrients back to the soil. So soil will again have some of the nitrogen and which plant will take up for their use without use of artificial fertilizer.